us succeed. Let's make sure that history never forgets the name. Enterprise. Guard out.
Our lives are different to anybody else's. That's the exciting thing. Because nobody in the universe can do what we're doing.
Greenville, I am calling battle station. Anything can happen in the next half hour.
Oh, hundreds and hundreds, but don't worry. I started a very long time ago.
Calling the War Council of Gallifrey. This is the Doctor.
You might say I've been doing this all my lives.
Good luck.
Stand by.
Ready. Commencing calculations. Zoom me there.
Across the boundaries that divide one universe from another.
Got a lock onto his coordinates.
And for my next trick, I didn't know when I was well off. All 12 of them.
No, sir.
Ah! All 13!
Yes, indeed, yes, indeed. Good evening, good morning. I hope you're well wherever you are in the world. So for me, this new rollout of Doctor Who is really good, right? It's really, really good because for me, I roll out of Sabbath, right, when I'm offline, 25 hours, right? And I'm been spoiled. First thing I do, I have to do this little service called Havdalah, right, to end Sabbath, right? Tell you, if you're not Jewish, if you ever come and visit me, you can come and see all this. It's so weird, right? My phone's going off over normally my wife, it's normally one spouse. The wife holds a candle, right? A candle made out of. By the way, the episode, don't cut your wrists over it, right? It's like, don't worry, we'll get to it. It's by far the best, but I think I can safely say it's the best Doctor Who in 7 years. Yeah, 100%. But that's not high praise. It's like really, honestly, if Jodie Whittaker wasn't in Power of the Doctor, and you actually decided somebody who could carry the role, that was a very good pastiche on a Matt Smith romp, right? And largely it worked when Jodie Whittaker wasn't on screen, viewing it as it is, right? Viewing it as it is. But was this better than that? Probably. I don't know. They talked about all the money they spent on it. I couldn't see where. Anyway. Let me tell you about the rollout, right? It's a tease. Okay, so you know what's coming. You have so my wife holds a candle made of 3 candles knitted together. You have to light all 3 wicks, right? And I say this little passage. But yeah, I actually say the words, right? But it sounds like that, right? And then I say, what is it first? A blessing over a blessing over spices. So we got like a little jar of cinnamon, and then you pass around, everybody smells that, and then my wife holds up the candle, and you say a blessing over the candle. Everybody, you have to hold up your fingernails to it so the light reflects in it, because that is reminiscent of how the shine of Adam, the first person, had. Anyway. And then I say a blessing over wine. Then it gets weird. Then I spill out the wine, and your wife puts out the candle, right? Thus ending Sabbath. And you sing the song. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hanavi. That's Eliyahu. That's Elijah the prophet. Elijah. He's coming back soon, right? That's I do it less theatrically than that sometimes. Anyway, and then for me, boom! I had to do a little technical jiggery pokery with my channel because I'm back. on my channel, everybody. Hello. I hope you are. Thank you for joining me on my backup channel. Oh, so here's what I learned. Yeah, here's what I learned. If David Tennant seems to be encouraging an exploration of adult sexuality for minors, don't call that grooming. Don't do that, right? No, they're just kind, stunning, and brave, right? Kind, stunning, and brave. So, but the weird thing is I'm pretty sure I was targeted by the BBC and Disney. I mean, it's so stupid. Here's the weird thing, right? And I don't understand it. My channel is tiny. Please subscribe, everyone. My channel is tiny, right? Everybody knows me. So it's so weird, right? It's so bizarre, right? I don't know how that. It's a small community, I guess. I mean, a lot know me and loathe me, but they're all bad. So I come out, watch the episode, which I've just done, and you gave my fresh reaction. But for you guys, the rollout sucks. Is it? Oh, yeah. Okay, far better than this episode. Oh my god, and awesome. The guy who's doing the 4K upscaling, the Patreon guy. Man, I was watching the McGann Telly movie. Me. I'm not that was it. Firstly, it's so well upscaled to 4K. I mean, if you've got a big TV, you got to get this. I mean, it's primo Doctor Who, right? It's so much better, right? Again, seeing it in 4K, it's bizarre how white it's better. I don't know why, but it is very crisp picture. Send the link to the guy's Patreon right now in the chat. But I rediscovered that movie, and again, oh god, it's so well directed. It's so bizarre, right? It's so of its own universe, right? It's really, but so connected to Doctor. I would have loved to see the TV show of that, right? It was in a lot of ways very sumptuous, right? Would have been great 90s Doctor Who. I think Philip Segal did very, very, very well with it, right? And again, it's coming to it with very fresh eyes. But the only character that was really a dud was Grace, right? She's the most I'm like, her whole story's weird as well. You didn't really notice because you're waiting for Paul McGann to come back. But they have her running in this gown at the beginning, and it's so not in a character. They don't have her like that at all. I just think she looked hot, and the low cut thing, and she was jiggling in slow motion. I'm not opposed to that, right? Not at all, darling. But then her character is she's been dumped by her boyfriend who's taken all their stuff. What? And then she's just a dud of a character. Get her off of that. Everything else, the production values. Oh God, they're so good, right? They love Doctor Who. Holy crap! You can't tell me those people who built that toolkit, right? With the solid screw, don't love Doctor Who. Oh God, the TARDIS, the console, it was perfect, right? That for me is the perfect. If you don't know, if you just came out, I'm talking about the 4K upscaling of the Paul McGann movie, and it's so good. It's so good. So I watched that on Friday. I wanted to check it to see what it was like. And I was transferred. I was so sucked in by it. Right, it worked. Anyway, I digress. So that was really good. Okay, that was really, really good. I want to communicate as well. As for tonight's episode, okay, this is what tonight's episode was. The Two Doctors, right? We like the Two Doctors. Have you seen the Two Doctors recently? Well, here's the weird thing. Watching Robert Holmes write for a Duff era is strange because he's still brilliant. But it was insanely violent, the Two Doctors. They're going to eat Jamie, right? And Jamie was trying to rape Perry. And that seemed to be the cliffhanger. It was there's a weird monster man looks like he wants to fuck Perry. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, we all want to fuck Perry, darling, and more than Nicola Bryant, right? Perry, you know, if you're having sex with her, that she's angrily fucking Howard. Fuck you, Howard. Nah, yeah, treat me like a whore. You know that's what's going on, because she's just angry and slutty. I've just explained the character, okay? But that was weird, right? That cliffhanger was weird. Doctor gets knocked out, right? Barbara's noose. No, that's the one he didn't have. Anyway, do you know what I'm talking about? Other Doctor Who. there's a hint in that. So anyway, that Robert Holmes story is brilliant. I mean, I like Shockeye is a great character. You have the second Doctor wandering around with Shockeye, right? Having dinner, like, and murdering people. Oh God, it's so weird, right? But it's still Robert Holmes, right? It's still unmistakably Robert Holmes. This is still Stephen Moffat. I'm just saying. So there's a lot of good going on in this episode, and I keep thinking to myself, boy, if Capaldi was doing this, I would love this episode. And that's the problem. That is the problem with this Doctor, with this new era. This episode particularly, right? Everything rests on Ncuti being a good Doctor, and he isn't. I am sorry. I honestly, I thought he would be. Where it was going on, I'm like, well, I mean, come on, he's got to be up to. I mean, like, they backed him so hard, he's got to be good, right? Apparently not, right? Apparently not. Very weird. Yeah, it's like his voice is weak, right? He has no authority in his voice, and he's crying all the fucking time. Stop with that. Well, I mean, what are you, some pansy dog? Like, stop! Stop your fucking crying. Be a man, you fucking cunt. What the hell? Yeah. I mean, really, that's kind of how I felt. Like, why are you crying? Why are you crying, boy? That don't make you better. Oh, why the crying? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know if anybody said, oh, yeah, that's a good thing. How? Like, honestly, how do you come to that conclusion? I don't get it. So, I mean, like, okay, you know, who was it? Nick Hancock. I think he ended up doing Question of Sport, I think. Maybe several lifetimes ago. So I first saw him in the 80s in stand-up when I used to live in London, right? I used to love going stand-up. And he had this very good gag, right? He says, you know what I would love to be? The guy who stands up in an office in front of his boss wearing a business suit and says, I've got it! I've got it! I'm bongo. They drink it in the Congo, right? I would have loved to be in that room when that happened. And then, no. He's not the saddest person in the room. The saddest person in the room is the boss who stands up and goes, yes! Look, that's it, right? Because that's just got to be a surreal place to be in life. It really does, doesn't it? No, that was a great example of what I was talking about. I can't remember what I was talking about. Oh, yeah. Why does anybody think this? What? This is a bad creative decision. If they talked about them spending all this money on the video back, looks like it was shot in a set. I'm sorry. I found the jungle in Face of Evil more convincing. Genuinely. Don't get me wrong, I'm not dissing Face of Evil. I like Face of Evil a lot. That's why I found it more good. Maybe because I was so taken in by the drama. So the drama was good. There's a lot. There's a lot to recommend this. The primary drawback is shooting Gatwa, and then throw in this hatred of Christianity. The church, like, oh, hey, well, that's fucking weird. And it actually got really obnoxious at one point. But oh god, they're so. Okay, look, please, here, Russell T. Davis. I'm trying to help you, you fucking cunt. Listen, stop, listen, okay? Do not talk about politics or society at all, sociology or society at all in your work in Doctor Who. And here's a simple reason. You're too fucking stupid to understand what's fucking going on around you. You dumb fucking cunt, right? And I'm saying that with love. Oh, I am. I am saying that with love. You're just too stupid. You don't understand anything. And you're so fucking pompous. You think, oh no, I understand that injustice happening to my gay bread. No, fuck off. Oh. Fuck, look, stop with your fucking hatred of Christianity. Yeah, okay. Russell, mate. Okay, Judeo-Christian values are not LGBTQIA friendly. Okay, I hate to be the one to break. I understand that, right? Look. I think you need to talk to people who are religious, right? Because talk to somebody like me, right? Like, okay, I believe that's a intrinsic truth projected from God. However, how is that reflected in this world, in practice, in this world? It's it would be. I can't imagine anything more bonkers than like being mad at someone because they don't believe it. Okay, here again. The purpose of Judaism, and I believe Christianity as well, right, of this world, right, it's a veil to see beyond, right? And so it's supposed to be a convincing veil, right? But it's not real, right? That's why the Matrix movies were very good, and religious people like them a lot, right? Now, you wouldn't be mad at anyone for living in a world where their entire lifetime, my lifetime, I was brought up in the 80s, homosexuality, like sexual, whatever, not fluidity, whatever the word is today. I don't know. It's groovy, right? I have no problem. Like, it's not my fucking bit. It's like, oh, what you don't eat kosher? No, I'm a fucking Anglican. I'm just like, yes, it doesn't fucking bother me. I don't. What happy? In fact, look, I would really go as far. Let's say Messiah comes tomorrow, right? I'm proved right about fucking everything, right? Old Testament, 100% true. If God wouldn't have like allowed some kind of like grandfather clause for gay people, that means God would be a dick, right? And I just want you to understand from a theological standpoint, I'm trying to explain to us, David, we don't think God is a dick. Oh, that means we don't want to see you get fucked over. Oh God, just relax. I understand the 80s. People were not nice in the 80s. Right? Ronald Reagan fucked you over. I get it. I'm sorry if I knew what was going on. I mean, I would have done something different. I was what, 12? What the fuck do you want out of me? Oh, I watched It's a Sin. I thought it was very good. I thought it was your best work. What the fuck? Stop hating. Live with other people. Right? How about that for a crazy idea? Live with other people. Right? I mean, that's look, let's be fair. The relationship between Christians and Jews has not been rosy over the centuries. You remember the Crusades? Look. Who gives a shit? Let it go. Right? For fuck's sake. That was all a long time ago. Let's just move on. And that's my message for us. So you just don't understand fucking politics at all. That's his fucking problem, right? So that's what this entire episode screams. On top of that, though, very well written, very good dialogue, good premise, good production, but I didn't see any money spent on this, frankly. Genuinely, it didn't look any more convincing than Thoris Beta from Mind Warp, right? Really, really, really. And I'm not fucking around. I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. I was distracted because Perry was strapped down to a beach with a bucket of water being thrown over her several times, right? Man, try playing that in slow motion on a loop. Oh, that's hard to do on video. But I managed. I work hard. So yeah, you got this like just hatred of religion. I'm like, well, that's all, mate. I understand you probably hate Jews as a secondary thing to reading Christians. Okay, whatever. Just, oh God, you got to turn off CNN and MSNBC, and fuck, they're making you mental. It's not real. Oh, right. The oppression you say is going on that you're trying to be straight on it isn't real. You're being triggered into being a moron. Oh. And that means they're soon go, it's just shit as a doctor. I mean, listen, his best value in this episode was he had a very nice ass, right? Which I mean, it's like, do you remember that Red Dwarf, right? When you had the Inquisitor came and they had to justify their own lives, right? Otherwise, they're going to be erased from reality and replaced by another version of them. So the cat has to stand in judgment in front of the Inquisitor to justify your existence, and he's like all proud of, I've given the world pleasure because I have a beautiful ass, right? And he's like, well, and then it's the cat judging themselves. So, well, yeah, you are right. They can't argue with you there. That's what Shooting Cat was like. It's like somebody took the cat from Red Dwarf and made him Doctor Who. Fuck me. That's such an accurate description. Oh, that's actual gold, mate. I really should get to the chat. Yeah. So I just came on. I was like, well, holy jiggy, what? Look, we're going to do a much more in-depth review tomorrow. I'll have lots of screen grabs and stuff. And we'll really go through the story in a lot more. This is like my initial reaction, right? But as I said, welcome back to my main channel. I'm off the naughty step for like again introducing young children to adult sexuality. If David Tennant does it. It's not grooming. I want to be clear. YouTube has spoken. No. Bad Rabbi. Anyway, fine. Let's get to it. Dan Emmons, how are you doing, Dan? Thank you for joining us. I got 32 minutes. People say fuck off. Yeah, really, that's where I was like, oh, I was like mildly irritated often, right? But again, Moffat's skill as a writer calmed me down. He's so good, right? He is so good. It is like what's his name? Robert Holmes, the two doctors. Yeah, I think it's a really fair. I mean, Two Doctors is way better, right? I mean, firstly, come on. Nicola Bryant, that is. Just 1 second. Can I find this thing? I think I have it, right? I try and rip all my Blu-rays, right, onto a hard drive. Although I got a separate hard drive now for the 4K Doctor Who. It's just, oh man, I forgot I also downloaded Pyramids of Mars. Oh man, it's just so good. I mean, it honestly is. It's so good. It's a real recommend, right? To sign up to that guy's Patreon. 1 second. Where is it? No. Panopticon tapes, no. Or probably good eye candy there. Behind the sofa, no. Mentions in Time and Spain, no. In a fictional Tontaris, no. Hiatus report, no. It's always fun to look at. Here it is. There you go. So if you're in doubt that the Two Doctors isn't better than Boom, let me give you Exhibit A.
Right, stand by. We're still recording. 563B, take 2. And very quiet, studio. Nobody move
Nobody move. Okay. I mean, this is weird. Again, this was a more convincing fucking set. I can't bloody know. I don't know where all that money went to. They put on it.
Stop.
Okay, let's get. Oh, here they go. All right, that's them doing this thing. 1 second. Oh, she's so hot. Where's the thing with? Oh, here you go. They're about to. Oh God! I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, I think this makes it much better.
Right. Are we ready?
This is the greatest footage ever, and I feel so dirty for watching it. It's just like that she's doing nothing is so creepy. Come on, say something, Nicola, please. Yeah, jiggle around a bit, darling. Okay, this is if you just come on, this is to demonstrate the two doctors, which I'm comparing to the 9th episode, boom, is way better, right?
All right.
Well, do you feel hot and tight in that, darling?
Yeah.
I think I rest my case, ladies and gentlemen. Now, do you get the feeling they fucked each other? Because I just do.
That's all right, yes.
Can you come to your right? That's it.
Then I can just reach.
All right, lovely.
Let me lean in here, very creepily, on the way back to Emmerdale.
Right, should we start recording, please? We are recording, right. Very quiet, studio. Very quiet.
And again, that this episode, let me maybe play this clip, just demonstrates, yeah, this is why my channel's the best. Like, share, subscribe, baby.
Nicola and Fraser's apology, take 1.
Hello to all you Doctor Who fans.
1 second. Better make sure I'm not getting a copyright strike, I think. No, okay, fine, nothing. Good.
I'm speaking to you from the set of The Two Doctors, and I just want to say I'm very sorry I can't be with you, but I'm going on holiday. So I hope maybe we'll see you next year.
And
I love it that she puts on the American accent at the end. It's so weird, right?
I can't join you either because I'm going on holiday with her. No.
Yes, we're going on holiday together. This isn't suspect. They're so fucking each other. What's going on?
Not really. I'm going to have a well-earned holiday on the planet of Mallorca, but I'm sure you'll have a smashing day that day at Bloomsbury, and we hope to see you maybe at the next one. See you then.
Buy my merch. Buy my merch. We love you, Fraser. We love you.
Thank you very much. Are we good, please? Fraser on the table, thank you.
On the table, Fraser. Nothing weird about that. So that was better than tonight's episode. You gotta say what? Fine. I'll start in the chat. Okay, I'll start in the chat. Let's get to the chat later. Paul Townsend here. Further than I managed, one lesbian he'd rescued was mentioned. I swear. Yeah, and it's just God. It's like Russell. You just make yourself sound really unsure about your sexual identity, right? You're a gay man, Russell. You like cock. You like cock a lot, right? That's fine. I don't mind you liking cock. I don't like cock, right? And I don't like cock bandits either. It's not I dislike them on a personal level. They just, don't strike me as Doctor Who, right? I'm sorry. You want to say, no, gay cock bandits can be Doctor Who. I think you're wrong. And I've watched your gay cock bandit Doctor Who, and he doesn't seem much like Doctor Who. He was absolutely the weakest link tonight. Anyway, thank you, Paul Dozer. Lee Singer's here. So Mavis didn't salvage it there. Well, I've been talking about that in quite some detail. Dr. X sent me a message. I haven't even chance to listen to it yet. You'll be out working in the working where the reception is poor. The garden where the reception is poor. So I might be not very present and tagged. I feel your presence, baby. I always feel your presence. He sees you when you're sleeping. He sees you when you're awake. He knows when you've been good or bad. It'll be good for goodness sake. And subscribe to Dr. Alex's channel, where you get a fantastic episode of Doctor Who written by a very sexy rabbi, not a million miles away from here. I'm having a bit of a different rollout tonight because I noticed my videos on Facebook have been going gangbusters recently. And I don't think they'll do anything on Twitter unless I sign up to like Twitter Blue or like the upgraded one. Is it worth it? Probably not. I don't know. I should do it for a month and then follow the traffic, right? I don't know. Anyway, Michael Q is how you doing? There's always a twist at the end. What's the fucking twist at the end of this one, Russell? Twist at the end. Doctor Who's gay. We know, and I'm sorry, Millie Gibson. This is a showcase for her. She's doing great out of this. Oh my god, she is the most magnetic one in the. Here's the thing, Russell likes cock. So he really likes shooting at her, right? He likes woke cock. Oh, I'm so woke for liking your cock. Really? Yes, I am. Oh, it's a bit of cock wokey. Yes, I know. So it's not that good, Russell. I'm sorry. He's just not that good. This episode with Capaldi would have been actually a good episode, right? Maybe. So, but yeah, I would put up with everything if this was a Capaldi episode. With you mincing into action and bursting into fucking tears all the time. Oh, God. I'm crying. I just want to shake him. Like, put your head together. You're Doctor fucking Who. Stop fucking crying. That's just me for you. Matthew Burrows says, I did really enjoy both. Now, Matthew Burrows has been a harsh critic. Right? So him saying he enjoyed it is... high praise indeed, I believe. And he said he had to say Gatwell was good in it. I hate he was the weak point of it. Proof that the majority of the problem over perfect Rusty Davis. You probably. I agree. I think the Christian hatred really came from Rusty Davis, right? I think it really did. But man, you are Matthew Barroso. You've been a harsh critic of this new era, right? So good for you. Connor, how do you say? Connor Medlin's here. I don't know if Shooty is up to it. I don't think he is. I think he's exhausted his acting range already. Right? I mean, look, people can be Doctor Who for 10 minutes. It's the sustainability. I think he's done. Right? I think Jodie could have done it for a scene, maybe, with more coaching. But I think he's done. Don't know if really up to it. Really on the fence about his delivery of the lines and parts of the performance. He has no authority in his voice. Right? That's the problem. He has no authority in his voice whatsoever. But the episode was okay. Yes, better than the first three. Yes, a serious tone, much appreciated after last week. Yeah, no, hands down. Fair commentary there, Connor. Fair commentary that I agree with wholeheartedly. No, Moffat can impress me with this new series. That's fair. Like Otis says. It contradicts the Curse of Fenric and the Gonka. Look, this is... I view this like Russell T Davis's Doctor Who fanfic, right? Much in the same way Hannibal was... what's his name? Who was the guy who made it? Hannibal was done by... Brian Singer. Not Brian Singer. Brian Fuller, right? Hannibal was Brian Fuller's Hannibal Lecter fanfic, right? That's how I view this. This is, I mean, look, Doctor Wilson. Look, after they decided to decanonize it with Jodie. That's essentially where we are. No Doctor Who right now is legitimate, frankly, right? You get some good stuff from Big Finish every now and again, but no Doctor Who is like legitimate. Sadly, I see this genuinely. I'm not taking the piss. I see this as legitimate as Dr. Alex's work, right? Again, if you haven't, please go over. My favorite ones are the Capaldi AI voice play one. That they sound awesome. I love that. And here's the thing: there's two versions of him doing Dr. Alex. Season 12, 13, 14, right? There's two versions. There's one where it has the AI Capaldi voice, which I love. But there's another one where he puts all this work into it, and it's so much fun. Like, it's so silly. He changes costumes. His delivery is very good. You know, I like his first Doctor a lot, right? It's so there's a lot I like about the performance of that first one. But the second one with Capaldi was just, it sounds so legit, right? So I see that as being as canonically Doctor Who. Nothing's real anymore. They did that. That's what the Chibnall era did. We thought he would reverse that, right? Right. At this point, your only option is reboot, right? I mean, I think you can reboot tying it to the original. Yeah, it's in the same way. the Likely Lads had the sequel series, whatever happened to the Likely Lads. I think Doctor Who could have a sequel series, Doctor Who, right? And I think that could go down. But exciting Doctor Who now, that's classic, right? That stuff I'm really up for. Again, the 4K upgrades. Oh, gorgeous, right? They are so good, right? They're stunningly good. There we go. I mean, he's not Matt Smith, plus Moffat, a much better writer, and massively overrated Russell Davis is much less work. I agree with you. That's Matthew Burrows, right? I agree with you. So I think that's a fair critique on the episode. So apparently the new companion, what happened to No Soldiers? Capote said no to that girl because she was a soldier. That was Moffat being... It's a different era of woke, right? He was just trying to show off being woke in a different way. This one's in vogue now, I guess. You like soldiers now. I don't know. Oh, God, we'll talk about this in a minute. But the central thrust of the episode, that capitalism runs wars. Excuse me. This is all being done by leftists. I mean, look what happened as soon as Trump was out of the way. All these wars. I mean, it calls purposely because nobody could be that bad a mismanager, right? Like the war was plunged into war because Trump was gone. And I know you hate him, but you were wrong. Oh, you just look. It's just reality. It's numbers. It's math. You don't need to be scared of it, right? You don't need to be scared of it. It's okay that you were wrong. There was a lot of mass hysteria at the time. Just get over it. You were wrong. I don't know what to tell you. Like, my wife was kind of freaked out today when she realized that most of the family had no one to vote for. Like, they can't vote for Biden, but they can't vote for Trump, right? Like, I mean, that's because they're morons who got themselves in this position, right? Just admit you're wrong. Move on. Life's so much better if you do that as well, right? If they could do that, they would have this weight taken off their shoulders, right? They were just wrong, okay? It was you leftists that caused endless war. Morons. Remember, Trump was bad. Remember that? And that, again, that's why we're at. There would be no war in Israel if Trump was president, right? And don't tell me the 2020 election wasn't fishy. Not saying, I can't say definitively, obviously, but don't tell me it wasn't fishy. Most fishy thing is you screaming at me it's not fishy. Because it was fishy, mate. It was fishy, right? Get over it. Anyway. Thing about Boom is it's all about trying to make you tense, but I couldn't connect because I know it's all going to be fine. I think it was good melodrama. Right? I found the characters worked. Look, by the middle it really went off on Christianity, right? Well, I think the characters work. Thing about faith contradicts the curse. Oh yeah, fuck, this is Ross going. Yeah, but I think he tried to say he came round at the end because the way it ended. But okay, if you haven't seen it, I'll go through it. But he does say this thing about how faith is no good, it's a lie. I can't remember. This is my impression, right? And then the end said, yeah, but you need faith as well. I need it. So that, I think that was his, Russell trying to circle that square. But like the vitriol that what they had for the faith was very evident, right? Very evident in the writing. And again, Shooting Out was just not up to this role, in my opinion, right? I can imagine, anybody who's watched this episode, imagine with literally any other Doctor, and it'll be way better. I mean, like, really, literally any other Doctor, it would be way better. Oh my God. I mean, I'm saying Hartnell. I mean, you have to do some kind of like, what I want to do is, Stephen Noonan as Hartnell, right? And then change the voice and face swap it into Hartnell. Oh, yeah, that would be awesome, right? That would be awesome. So Conrad says he watched one of the fans review earlier, and I'm pleasantly surprised that at least it was actual science fiction story. Yes, exactly. Right, look, Moffat knows what he's doing. right? He really knows what he's doing. Fine. Michael Q says, "Full Doctor, Harry, I'm standing on a landmine." Yes. Oh, so much authority, right? There's so much authority. That booms through my memory as you say it, right? And that's what Shoot is lacking, right? Yes, I understand. Russell, you want to come in his mouth. I get it. I'm sure many gay people want to come and shoot a Gatwa's mouth. That's not weird. That's not weird, right? But I think that's maybe driving your decision-making process, right? Yeah, how much you want to come and shoot a Gatwa's mouth shouldn't be so high on the decision-making process. And just look, one man to another, right? That's all I'm saying, right? I mean, all you could say, well, how much would you like to see, Perry in I don't know, a bubble bath of doom? I'm like, now you're talking, baby. Now you're talking. Perry in the Time Rotor of Love. Yeah, that fan fiction that's been in my head since I was 14 needs to stay there. How can I say this was worse than Space? It wasn't worse than Space Babies, right? Somebody really liked Jinx Monsoon. It's in my synagogue. I'm like, fuck me. I hated it. I basically hated it because I hated the insanely gay doctor mincing his way through it, and then the dance number at the end. I just hated it, right? Absolutely hated it. Jay is here. It was okay, maybe. Mostly harmless, right? No, sir, all 15. Ravenous 2 was better. Fuck me. Ravenous 2 was awful. Right, Ravenous is where it fell off a chart. Did I see a good episode that says PD Rich? It's again sort of the best episode in 7 years, hands down. Right? I mean, it really is the best episode in 7 years. Right? The other thing is, it's Russell needs to learn from this too. It's low stakes. Right? I mean, they built up the stakes a bit, but it was just kind of mostly for the first half, very low stakes. Right? Maybe like, and that was great. Right, Horror Fang Rock. We're all rewatching that right now. Also, upgrade to 4K on that Patreon. Oh, they're awesome. Does such a good job. Right, it's again the Paul Began movie. It looks gorgeous. See Russell, Creepy Davis. That is who you do at anniversary. I don't know what happened there. Was that me? I don't know. Oh yeah, I just play my opening, right? Let's play my opening. Sapphire Stone 22 is here. Best since Heaven Sent. I liked all of season 10. Right? I liked all of season 10. I liked it a lot. Other than Bill Potts saying she likes pussy. I'm like, look, I like pussy too, baby. Do you hear me talking about it? Yeah, well, you do, I guess. That was probably from a banned script from 10. Yeah, it would have been so much better with Capaldi, right? It'll be so much better with Capaldi, in my humble opinion. Fly Island is here. How you doing, Fly Island? Thank you for joining us. Link to Patreon. It's so good. That's where you want to go. What was a green screen dreadful? Man, they spent so much money on this, and I was so excited by these new special. They were shit. Right? They were shit. Mike C. 32. 30. That's how many is that? Okay. Mike C. 3,200 or no, 32,001. There you go. Mike C. 32,001. To come out the weirdest of experience the two doctors that time. It was on. It announced it was being canned by Michael Gray for being too violent. Let's pull that up, right? Let's pull that up. It's better. Look, weren't bad, but it's more fun to talk about two doctors. Where's it? It's just hiatus reports.
Doctor Who's time machine, the TARDIS, won't be taking him.
Oh, we love a bit of John Craven.
Anywhere for 18 months when the present series ends in 5 weeks' time. It'll be the first time in 22 years that the program's been off the screens for so long. But
see, it was supposed to be permanently, but I think JNT released a press release saying it's going to be 18 months. Right? He sent a press release straight away, and they couldn't. I think that's what destroyed him at the BBC. One second. Let's do the more grown-up news. She looks so shocked.
Doctor Who is to take a rest. The BBC announced today that the Time Lord, who's been on our screens for some 22 years now, will be off the air for 18 months. The Doctor Who...
Why are we screaming and crying about this? Fuck me, what's wrong with that? I mean, having it cut down to 14 weeks, yeah.
Appreciation Society is up in arms. They've
no, nerd rage!
Called the decision horrifying and staggering.
Really? I'd love to show them this episode. So this is what Doctor Who survives. It comes into this.
Chris Lowe reports.
The announcement took everyone by surprise. Doctor Who is one of BBC Television's longest-running series, and at the moment it's going out on Saturday evenings on BBC One with an audience of over 7 million.
7 million. But what more than this is going to fucking get? Did they come out the week ratings yet?
But the BBC says it wants to make a lot of new drama programmes, and it can't afford to do that and produce Doctor Who as well. So the Doctor, currently...
Yeah, it was so expensive.
...played by Colin Baker, is to be rested for the first time in over 20 years.
Come on, Doctor. Get up.
Oh, Mary.
Yeah, wasn't it? Just trying to hump me.
What happened? Why'd you scream?
That thing you thought was an animal attacked me. And it's human, I think.
If you hadn't screamed, I wouldn't have triggered that stuff.
It's human. And it has a huge dick.
I was expecting there to be one.
He smells like a Highlander.
Colin Baker said this afternoon he was amazed at the news.
Anyway, yes. Two Doctors is way better. Way better. Not even close. But same sort of thing, right? Same sort of thing. Fine. Don't get to it. Wookiee Fever presents. How are you doing, Wookiee Fever? Thank you for joining us. Although that looks a bit Planet of the Apes-y more than Wookiee in your avatar, although I can't really tell, right? I am not a Wookiee maven, right? I'm not a Wookiee maven. Eye drops as an actor, said Matthew Powder. Oh, Matthew Powder is right. Oh, stop the fucking crying. Really? Just stop with the crying, right? As an officer, I thought it was a bit critical of religion. Yeah, I mean, like, just hold it back on it. Yeah, Moffat wouldn't touch Islam. Well, that was that. No, they did touch Islam, really, with Zygon invasion, Zygon inversion. They just pushed it out. You know, in the final reel, right? Because they basically had like ISIS, radical Muslim alien Zygons, right, living undercover in Britain, right? And they were great. I mean, like, again, I love Zygon Clara. That was really good. All that stuff it's a really good episode, right? But the ending is the Doctor makes a brilliant, beautiful speech, and they go, "Oh, okay, then." No, ISIS would never do that, right? ISIS would never do that. Paul, if the ratings are true, Disney will either demand Chew to be replaced or leave it. No, then they're just going to drop this. Right, it's gone. Right, it's gone. That's what's going. I was going, man, I just got. Now this guy just tweeted me like 1 million times. Who is this? It's on this thread. I mean, I don't really care. But looking at ratings, right? Let me see if there's anything with the ratings. Look over here. See if there's any news. No. No news about the here. I'll do a search on the YouTubes, right? Was that Varda see-through joins the universe as much? What? That was Varda see-through? Okay, I have to tell you, she was excellent in this. Okay, if she's a companion, it's obvious. Okay, so here's what happened. They had to fire Ruby, right? And then here, one second. Let me see if I can open these pictures. They had to fire Ruby. What's the name? Millie. Hang on, let me close this. I can close that, and I can put this over here. And she'd already bid on it, and that's how she got the job. It's how Colin Baker got the job, essentially. She was very good in this, okay? I have to tell you, she was very good in this. She was one of the strongest things in this, right? So good for her, right? Definitely good for her. I'm impressed, right? I am impressed. Fine, we'll get back to that. I really didn't know. I'm so glad I saw that. Here, let me go. Fine, now I'm doing Doctor Who ratings, right? Doctor Who ratings. Doctor. This is from 3 hours ago. This is from this is from GB News from about a week ago. Yeah, nothing new then. Nothing new. No, don't. Just see people touching grass and laughing. I don't think the ratings of this will be good. I think they screwed the pooch already, right? With this whole era, right? Basically, I think they screwed the pooch. In the ratings, is he going to place it? Yeah, probably. I feel that the episode was originally written for 12th and Bill Potts. It was probably something that Moffat had in the back of his mind for him, because I do believe he wrote it from scratch, right? I don't know. It was probably something he already had in the back of his mind. Barry Kabalma here. If I'm saying your name wrong, I apologize. Kabalma? Yeah, Kabalma. I think Kabalma. If it's not, do you want to consider Kabalma? That kind of works. Connor, I'm pretty sure I said hello to you. If I didn't, I certainly read out your comment. Are you guys whining about that thing in New York? Geez, 800 years. What thing in New York? I don't know. I don't know. I'm looking here. Nothing to see here. Look, a baby fox. What's going on? There's something weird out in the chat. Okay, Tzvi Lebetkin, he says, maybe the cat is the grandfather and the cat nurses of New Year's. What cat? I don't even remember there being a cat in this. There was a cat in this? What's going on? I don't remember the cat. Oh, Red Dwarf. Up me. Yo. I'm glad I remember that. Maybe the cat is the grandfather, the cat nurse in Newark, probably. But then they got more catty then, right? Actual science fiction is this why the episode clicked so well? It worked for me. Yeah, the science fiction elements are excellent. Vesta, whatever her name is, fucking awesome in this. I mean, like, really, really good. Really, really, very good. So that's actually very good news, I think. Again, I just got to remember stuff. You're watching Rusty Davis' Doctor Who fan fiction, which they're spending too much money on, right? And then it's still a bit shit. Shooting out the shit in the rock. It really is. But she like Millie Gibson, outshined Vasta Narada, what the fuck her name is. I'll get used to it eventually, right? Bobby C75 is eating Bobby D75. Andrew Smart is eating man for that. I think the best ever last 7 years. Yeah, that's my point. The best episode for last 7 years, right? Will I watch Flux again? It's a good question. I don't know. I think this is better. It's nice to see hetero couple rotate. Yeah, good fathers. Like at first, it kind of went off the rails where Russell couldn't help hating religion, right? And like the whole like Anglican knights and stuff, that's all very cool. I like all that, right? They did that. He did that with his era of Doctor Who, right? Again, yeah. If I view it as Russell Lee Davis fan fiction, I think it's just a bit shit, right? She as a companion would be very nice, Catherine Thea. I agree with you, right? Yeah, it was good to see a good father as well. Matteo Conte is here. He was decent but weaker than the other Doctors. Yes, I mean just a lot weaker. Yeah, look, what he just wanted. Rusty Davis thinks he's very hot, right? Good for him. I don't think that's the qualification for being Doctor Who. The Holden Boom would have made a better Doctor. Yes. Basically, he was the weakest person on the screen. That's everybody in it was better than him. I assume there was a creepy woman on the screen. There was the woman who's been in every episode secretly so far, right? She must be the one that waits. She's like toy maker or another toy maker or female. Oh, whatever, who gives a fuck? Where are we up to? When Shooty was running, it reminded me of an Earthly Child where they were running on the spot to back to the title. Yeah. I mean, again, they have been that big, like, video wall set, right? It was just shit. Right? It was just shit. It starts really good with the first season. Ace is in a CIA operative. Derek Jacobi Master is there. What are we talking about? It's pretty cool. It's a bit up and down after that. What are we talking about? Hang on. That sounds awesome. Lee Sing. I was listening to Paul McGann's Time War season and Gallifrey Time War and Warren's. Yeah, Warren's not interesting at all. So, CIA is in Celestial Intervention Agency. Yeah, I got it. I have a mate who was a big Trump supporter. Yeah, we have these binary weirdos called Jordan. He's a union rep, and he's one of the reasons I left PCS. I don't know what PCS is. Okay. We've got the same thing. No one can vote for the Tories, nor Labour, because they're technically the same thing. They're awful. It's the Uni Party. It's one, right? Oh, man. And hearing Russell's simplistic take on these things is so annoying. Right? It's so annoying. We'll get to that. I'll do a proper review. Right? I'll go through it. But it is. It's just like I mean, I think the shitness was put in by Rusty Davis, right? I really genuinely do. Didn't Michael later admit it was wrong to cancel it? No, he has a great interview on season 23 and says it was shit. It was an embarrassment, right? I still believe that he left BBC at that time, but you should have paid him to do a video commentary watch along of Remembrance of the Daleks. He would have been amazed. He's like, this is, if you showed me this in 85, I would never have cancelled it. Right? He would have promoted the hell out of that. He would have been proud of hell of that. Right? He never saw it, but I would love to see him see it. Right? Because he has such a good eye. His problem with Doctor Who was it was shit, and he was right. I love it, but it was shit. It was an embarrassment. It was very bad. He was right. It didn't have, look, right, it was essentially a relationship between John Nathan Turner and not Barry Letts. What's his name? The script editor. Moffat. What's his name again? What's his name? I think of one of his stories. Is it? Did he do Fort of Doomsday? No. Doctor Who Visitation. That's it. Doctor Who is Visitation isn't him, but he was a script editor at the time. Let's look at the Wikipedia. Eric Saywood, right? It was Eric Saywood versus they just hated each other. Well, more Eric Saywood hated John Nathan Turner. John Nathan Turner was oblivious to the hatred. He didn't realize, right? Maybe okay, so that brings up a very interesting thing. Bluey. Apparently, the BBC project Disney by Bluey. Bluey's only got one more season to go, and it's over. It's cancelled already, apparently. So that's what I heard. Where are we up to? Fine. So our characters are the same one. It'll be as a well. I'll read the note in a second. Jonathan Kozenko. This was season favorite episode in the past 6 years. I'll say 7 years. And that's my way of saying I thought it was merely good. Red Wolf kicks off. Red Wolf kicks ass. Boys from the Dwarf. They're coming back, by the way. That's exciting. I'm really happy to hear that. Thank you, Jack Rabbit's drawing. Thank you. Who's that? PD Rich. Oh, thank you for reminding me. I'm sorry. Yeah. This is actually a very good segue. Not segue. Very good thing I should bring up. Where is it? Here they go. Now I've got to find. Where's this? So this is he's in the chat, I believe. Jack Russell's drawings. I think they're so cool. I love these. Right? They're really zoom in. Doctor Who real. I like you got the right logo. All right. I have to tell you, I don't know. I'm finding Pertwee a bit sexy, right? I know. I'm not a furry guy either, but Pertwee certainly looks like he's up for it. But yeah, no, I like. I like you got the blue coat. Oh, respect, blue coat on the 6. Much respect. I like that you really get their personality. Look at this Tom Baker. Let's see what Tom Baker. Like I like the bits like missing from his ear. He's like bonkers. And eager, right? And it's like, and fucked off. I love that you guys got a little carrot on him. Very nice. Again, that movie is so good. Again, finding 7 a bit sexy. I know what to tell you. Maybe I like Machiavellian. Yeah, but these are... he's in it. What's his name? Jack Rabbit's. Jack Rabbit's drawing. Thank you for reminding me to bring that up. I like those. Doink. All right, let's see if I finish up the chat. Good Vach, says the Meccaron. That is the way us Hebrews greet each other after Sabbath. Good Vach to you, sir. Doc Martin, definite article. I'm Rabbi, in every episode of Doctor Who will shine after so much recent dross. I think it's all over. I think it's all over by the shadow. Yeah, I don't see this era making it. I mean, I would do the second season, but I don't see it going up past that. I don't see this era making it. Sadly, right? Sadly, but look, it's just Russell has made a lot of very bad creative decisions, right? Made a lot of very bad creative decisions, mostly bad about him saying it's totally normal. His weirdo pervy view of sex. No. Like, look, I don't know why you're bringing this up. However you want to live is however you want to live. I believe sex should be something twixt man and wife. I genuinely do. I'm not judging anybody for what they do, right? But like, that seems to be the driving force, right? Of your of why he's so bonkers. Now that being said, apparently, what's the name? Vida Sethu, the new companion, was in it. I bet she's going to be playing a different character, right? But she was magnetic in this, right? She played a soldier, but really great three-dimensional character, played very well, very compelling. Really liked her, right? Weakest thing on screen, shooting out well, right? I'm excited that the world has finally met Monday Flynn. She was such a joy to take my first spin in the Hooniverse. I'm so grateful I get to come back for more, but you have to wait and see how that manifests in the new companion role. Yeah, okay. It's a delight to welcome on Verada Doctor Who earlier than expected. Though things are about to get timey-wimey. The end of Monday Flynn's story, so quite how Verada returns will be revealed next year. Look, basically, I think he's wrapping up Billy Gibson's story as fast as possible because I think she took the blame for it not doing as well as what I thought. She is one of the best things on screen. Everything about it, he is the weakest thing on screen, right? And that's it. Honestly, that's the truth. And I really hoped it would be the case. So anyway, so this episode starts off with quite a lengthy non-doctor scene, right? It's like you're on a battlefield again. Genesis of the Daleks battlefield seems as convincing to me. I'm not exaggerating. What's his name? The one from season 10 or season 9, the when he meets Davros in the war. What's the name of that one? It's Witch's Apprentice, Wizard's Apprentice, Witch's Familiar. That one way more convincing. Me. That's the thing. Doctor Who used to look better years ago when they made more of it. And it just did. I don't know what to tell you. Like, the Capaldi stuff looked great to me. Capaldi stuff looks better than the stuff I'm watching now does. Season 10 looked better than the stuff I'm watching now. Yeah, I would definitely say that. right? Certainly more compelling and interesting. And everybody hated season 10. I fucking loved it. I think you should go and give it a rewatch, right? William Lee is here. So basically, you have like these Moffat warrior Anglican bishops at war. They're on a battlefield. One has his eyes are hurt. He's being led by the other one, and again, the writing here I think is solid, right? Absolutely solid. And again, I want to be clear: this is the best episode in 7 years, hands down. Right now, we're in excellent, territory. So I like all that, right? He used all the cleric, cleric warriors, modern day military kind of stuff in what was that? Flesh and Stone, right? That Weeping Angel one. They were really cool, right? So it's an extension of that idea. They're in the middle of a battlefield, and there's a guy with bandages around his eyes, and he's being led back to the camp, which is apparently quite close. He talks on his like phone, which is in their finger or whatever, in their ear, to his daughter, saying, "Go to bed. I'll be home soon." So it's all like built up. No, this is good. The characters are built up. I mean, the girl was a bit cringe, but like, it's fine, right? I had no problem with any of it. And then you have the guy steps on a mine, and he like blows up essentially. So you get to see what it is the Doctor's about to step on. And these are like sentient mines. They're like AI mines. And the guy's blind is left on his own. And then you have a medical droid, right? Comes again and says, no, I'm fine. And he detects he's temporarily blind for the next 4 weeks, which is an unacceptable loss. So they terminate him, right? Now, at the same, and turn him into like a tube of human, right? Weirdly, right? So the Doctor, as he comes out, he hears a guy being killed on the mine. So he runs in. Oh, wait there, Ruby. And he runs out, right? Ruby doesn't listen, obviously follows him. And he steps on a mine. And as you step on the mine, it goes, there's a light that turns around, it goes around green, right? So that's why when the first guy steps in. So he steps on the mine, goes around, and into the title. So very good cliffhanger. That again, even Shooty couldn't fuck that one up, right? So then we're there, and Shooty's standing there on one leg on the mine, and he's like, "This would have been great if it was Capaldi, but like, eye drops doesn't equal acting." He's crying quietly, singing these songs, and he tells Millie to help him. And like, for fuck's sake, what, you don't have your sonic screwdriver in your fucking pocket? What the hell's going on? Like, really? This is exactly what the Sonic is for. Right? In fact, at the end, he's looking in his pockets. And I thought he was going to say, where is my Sonic? And he left it in the touch. Like, that would have been a good touch. Right? If he said, bring my Sonic, and runs off, right? And she doesn't hear and follows him. Right? That would actually, fuck me, I'm making this better for him. That again wasn't bad, but this writing right now is solid, right? Writing right now is really not the greatest Doctor Who, but it was the best in 7 years. It was quiet Doctor Who, it was small Doctor Who, and it was good. And again, this money they spent on this set, which is a battlefield, should have gone to a quarry. Frankly, this was not impressive, right? Not impressive. It would have been bad, and then Karen kept like boasting how much money they're spending on it. But they said, "Oh, we're spending so much money on this." Like, if you want to will that in a bit, right? Connaught says, the thing is, does anybody think there's ever anything but a bubble rising above the surface of an ocean of woke shit? No. Next week's going to be shit. It's back to being shit. I mean, it's going to be really shit when it gets to the Regency episode. Oh, God. The ones they're excited about are always the worst. God help us. X-Men 577, X-Men 577. And William Lee is here. So yeah. So he's saying they have the whole bit with Ruby. She's brilliant. She's a great companion. She really reminds me of Joe Grant, right? A modern Joe Grant, right? Really great, right? This is a great showcase for her. Good for her. Best thing that happened is they fired her. And it was good they fired her for Vashta Sita, whatever it is, Sita Varada. She's excellent in this. It's excellent, right? So anyway, they find this like stick of like human, which is the guy he was just rescued by the medical drone. They terminated him, turned him into like a stick of goo, and they put like an AI version of him into a hologram into it, right? And so the doctor needs he's standing there on one leg crying, fucking pussy. And I mean, really, that was my respect. Like, fucking pussy. And so she has to hand over the other this has to be heavy, and she carries it like it's not heavy at all, right? She could have done. They could have. Oh yeah, that made this seem like it's heavy, right? Because if he does that, then he can put his weight down on his other foot. So the whole thing getting there, and then as they're doing this, then the guy's daughter shows up who came out looking for him, right? And she doesn't realize he's dead, right? He's actually this little what are they? He looks a bit like a dildo, right? They turned him into a dildo, like a flesh dildo, right? I mean, like, a big flesh dildo, but a dildo nonetheless, right? This show is woke? It's woke in its conception. This episode was woke in parts, right? Andy Kidd is here. Back to Russell, OTT Davis. Yeah, exactly. Next week. Anyway, so the kid shows up and she hears the AI and sees the AI with his father who's dead. Again, good writing. The only thing that let this down shooting gut was thus far. And then what happens? I think. Oh yeah, then Vashta and Sithu. What the fuck is her name? Hang on. Varada Sithu, right? Varada Sithu shows up. Back at camp, there's another Anglican bishop who like really fancies her, like clearly in love with her. She doesn't realize, right? So anyway, so she shows up, and the medical droid starts to notice them because there's combat going. Actually, we'll keep it right, actually, because she really is the best thing one of the best things of the episode. So the medical droid finds them, and it's bad news because they're going to. Okay, so here's the negative. One of the major negatives going through it, right? Shooty has this whole thing about war is being run by capitalism, which is true. However, most of this capitalism comes from communists, right? Do you think Russia and China aren't putting money, their GDP into their military? You think that's not going on, right? I mean, what the hell? And again, all this shit went down with wars everywhere. And again, these huge multinational corporations making tons of money, and politicians also weirdly making money. When that all happened, as soon as Trump went away, right? I'm sorry. Yeah, all this is because you were nuts about Trump, right? If we weren't nuts about Trump, there wouldn't be war here in Israel. There wouldn't be war in Ukraine. Remember when we had world peace and money? Fucking retards. I'm saying that with is an insult to retarded people. Kidding out. It really is. Like, retarded people are often far more intelligent than these idiots. Anyway, but this episode wasn't bad. I want to be clear, right? I don't know. This is probably going to be the Vengeance on Varys of the season. Yeah, this is the Vengeance on Varys of the season. Anyway, if you know that season, season 22, you know what I'm talking about. What are we up to? Fine. So she turns up, and the medical droid has latched on Ruby Sunday and is about to kill her or something. So, or is going to evaluate her. So she gets her. So she says, "Okay, please shoot me in the hand on the minimum setting. That'll make it a small injury, and it'll make it fix me, and everything will be fine. Because if the injury is too big, they euthanize you. However, the guy who loves her comes out looking for her, and she sees Ruby about to shoot her, so he shoots Ruby, right? By the way, that was Bleeding a Studio before. I didn't say hello to you. Lucy Meow is here. War is not called by capitalism, it's just funded by capitalism. Yeah, and you'll find, again, funded on every side of the political aisle, right? We've had a couple of, like, weird mentions of lesbians or some, well, I didn't even pick it up. Some weird shit, okay? So that happens, right? So now, again, good structure of this episode is good. What's the weakest part of this episode? Shooty fucking Gatwa. Really is. Right, so Shooty's doctor, whoever. Again, he's really quite impotent in this, but I think the day is eventually saved. Oh no! First, he tries to. He explains about how this evil capitalist corporation is using they're an algorithm, and that's why they die, and all bullshit. Like, you know, again, that he absolutely supports. Lesbian lip service, says Andy Kidd. I like about lesbian lip service, especially on slow motion. Anyway, we now I'm thinking of Perry and Tegan. Again, lesbian lip service works for me there. Where are we up to? Oh yeah, so he sends this thing to tell. Oh no, yeah, he says, oh, the enemy is really yourself. You're fighting yourself. You just like you've been mining yourself and fighting. I didn't really. Again, I'll know more tomorrow. But the evil company has convinced them that they're their own enemy, and so they attack themselves. And that's who, because they never seen them. They think they're in the fog. They think they're in the mud. They're actually them. I can't remember how. Right. So he tries to get a message out. However, the medical droids, and they're not called medical droids, they're called ambulances, right? The ambulances all have the face of that old woman who's been in every other episode playing a different character. The ambulances show up, and they're stopping this message get out. It's a firewall, right? And they're about to all be killed, right? They're about to all die. He's about to blow up this. Oh, at some point halfway through, his mind, if he blows up with it, he's going to blow up the whole planet. I mean, like, we really didn't need the extra jeopardy, right? Unfortunately, it was doing good with the real jeopardy that it had. But then the AI of they deleted the AI of the nice father of the girl. But then he comes back and he's inside the mine, and he breaks through their firewall, and he's the winner, essentially. And he saves the day, not Doctor Who. Again, the Doctor really has very little agency, which is what I found with Jodie. There's one of the big problems with Jodie. They had such little agency. So then we had the orphan girl goes off and lives with Sethu, Verada Sethu, whatever her name is, who was very good in this episode. I want to stress, she was absolutely excellent. Who was shit in this episode? Shooty Gatwa. Essentially, Shooty Gatwa was shit in the episode. And then we had a trailer for next week, which I didn't really care about, frankly. Right? Really couldn't give two shits about, but yeah, there you go. Where are we up to? Fine. I have a review. Let's have a look at the review from where was it? And let's see how much that jives with reality. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Doink, found it. Not here. Here, one sec. I'll share the screen for a second. Share screen. And again, you'll notice the only thing Shooty really has going for him here is he has a very nice ass, right? I mean, it wasn't awful. It wasn't Shakespeare, right? Is this the one? There you go. Let's see what the Telegraph had to say. 2 out of 5. I mean, that's not a good score, is it? That's not a good. I think that's. I don't know. Yeah. Well, let's see, because they have a very normie point of view, right? Let's have a look. In Boom, the former Doctor Who showrunner comes up with a concept that puts Ncuti's natural energy into a straitjacket. I found that probably helped the episode, frankly. You know, his natural energy is not good. You want to stay away from that natural energy, right? It's just annoying. Maybe look. Here's the problem: he just doesn't have the range. I mean, that's really the bottom line. He doesn't have the acting range for this episode, and I would say this episode should be written as a audition piece for the Doctor, right? I mean, there's a lot of this that really should be audition pieces for the Doctor, and you see, essentially, every other Doctor would have played this better, which is really true, right? I mean, again, William Hartnell, Patrick Troughton would be really interesting with this. I mean, I can really see that. William Hartnell, the only way I can see it happening is because I don't think he was physically up to it. Would be some kind of like reconstruction thing where somebody else plays the first Doctor, right? Or and then they face swap it or something like that. Personally, this would have been excellent. Don't move, Joe. The great balls of fire. You know, that would have been great. Tom Baker actually did it. Harry, I'm standing on a mine. The fifth Doctor, absolutely would have put off. As would have Colin Baker, as would Sylvester McCoy. Oh, Sylvester McCoy would have been excellent. As would Paul McGann. As with John Hurt, as with Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant's one of the weaker ones, but he would have been excellent with this too. Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, and Ncuti were absolutely the worst, and Jodie would never have been able to do it, right? Basically, that's where we're at. Oh, come on, it was on the web. Let me pull it up. I'm not paying a subscription to your shitty newspaper, okay? There you go. It's not happening. If you want me to charge me for this one issue, I'll pay for this issue. Stop trying to rip me off. Episode 3 of Doctor Who, the new Doctor Who on BBC One, Disney Plus. It's called Boom. But it should have really gone poof. Because it should have cut with Time Lord standing on a landmine for half hour while crying. Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair criticism. Boom was written by former Doctor Who showrunner Stephen Moffat, who has returned to the Whoniverse. I hate the Whoniverse. Loved it when I first heard it. Hate it now. For 1 week only, it's a rough change of tone from the twee space babies and Devil's Called. We're on a grim, burning battlefield, and we're so much better for it. On the planet Castrian 3, Moffat says the program notes that he wanted to try and write a story full of suspense and tension, but there is none because Ncuti can't do it. That's the bottom line. Capaldi could have done it. The problem's not in the script; it's in the actor. He's just too weak. His voice is weak. Are there any clips they release online? Let's have a look. Because they probably think, oh, he's so good, right? But he's not. Bottom line. 1 second. See Doctor Who. Let's see if they release any clips. They got the trailer, 73 yards. I don't really care. Official podcast, I wouldn't touch that with a barge fucking pole. Really? I genuinely wouldn't. Really, they like spammed us with the clips from the first couple of weeks. I mean, like this one, he actually shows some acting talent. Yeah, some range. No, it's the timeline is all of him jiving in at the end of the Devil's Call. Fuck off. Leave me alone. You're just dumb. Right? It's just here. Let me look at YouTube. Maybe put it on the YouTube channel a clip. BBC Doctor Who. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Hang on. There we go. BBC Doctor Who. Because I love it if they have a clip of him talking because he's so not good in this. Right? He's so amazing. No, they don't. Right, and he is the weakest link, 100%. Basically, anybody could have filled this with tension other than Ncuti, but Ncuti didn't have the chops to do it. Also, the direction was a bit flat. Just I don't know. Where we're up to. So we full attention, but there is none because they're hardly going to blow up the new Doctor, are they? Consequently, Moffat is just filling time. Yeah, I guess so. And what's he fill it with? Well, there are big themes. That's fair enough. One is war is bad, and people who sell weapons are really bad, and they're capitalists. I mean, again, here's the thing, Rusty. You don't understand enough about culture, sociology, politics to comment on it. You don't get it, right? You have such a simplistic view on everything, and you refuse to have a conversation with anybody with, on the other side of the whatever issue it is you're on, right? You just refuse to. And you refuse to because you know they're going to have a point. So if you can't have a conversation, you can disagree with them, but like at least hear what the their viewpoint is. Big things. War is bad. People who sell weapons of war are really bad. Doctor Who is aimed at children. It's time to include this. It's fine to include this basic stuff. The battlefield patrolled by ambulances run by algorithms and controlled by an arms dealing corporation which dispatch into soldiers. Theme 2, religion is bad. This one fucked me off. I'm going to hazard a guess that Moffat is an atheist because he's because the gun-toting soldiers were wearing dog collars and ordained Anglican Marines. Here's the one. Since when was the church an army? It's asked Ruby. Most of your history. This has just been a blip, replies the Doctor, where a little girl explains that her mum has been gathered up by God. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Right. Again, look, you believe what you want to believe. Just stop taking a shit on the beliefs of maybe the majority of your audience, right? If not a very good proportion. There are a lot of Christians out there. Stop taking a shit on them. How would you like somebody took a shit on you if you're gay? You wouldn't like that, would you? Stop taking a shit on Christians, right? I wouldn't like people to judge one by their immutable characteristics or their belief system, for that matter. Religion is bad. So he's gun-toting soldiers wearing dog collar. Since fine, blah blah blah. Replies the Doctor, when a little girl covered up by God, the implication is that she's fallen for all this nonsense about heaven. About 20 minutes later, the child cheerily refers to her parent as just dead. Yes. Moffat throws in references for Whovians to pick up on. So Doctor Who sings the Skyboat that featured a Doctor Who long past. I don't even know where that was from. I somewhere, I don't know. I'm sure somebody will say. I don't really care. Tom Baker steps on Lion Man, Genesis of the Daleks. There are no cultural references. There were also cultural references, perhaps just to make the script clever, such as suggesting the Doctor has been hanging around with Philip Larkin. A sad old man once told me, "What survives us is love." Who's Philip Larkin? Let's have a look. Philip Larkin. But this is probably something that influenced Moffat, right? Okay, he is a English poet, novelist. Okay, fine, clever person. Got it. Yeah, it sounds like he would do, right? Okay, I can hear that. For the most part of the episode, there are fat tears rounding shooting Gatwa's cheeks. Yeah, it was Rusty Davis' aim to make Gatwa more emotional, who wears his two hearts on his sleeve. Capaldi did it better. Unfortunately, this also means that there's some softy stuff to deliver. Snow isn't snow until it falls. Oh, yeah, so that's the other thing. When they're about to kill Ruby, Snow materializes, right? And that happened in the other episodes as well, when she thinks of, what's her name? Her mother abandoning her or whatever. I can't remember. Dan 72 says, old man moans about everything younger than him. Film at 11. I like some things. Okay, Dan. Look, thanks for the hate watch. Jake Play says he was a Christian and wasn't even remotely offended. Well, that's nice for you. I was offended. Again, it's like I understand he's got a disdain for religion, right? There's no reason to voice your disdain, right? If you think the Doctor isn't a straight white, oh, you're one of those people, they're automatically shit. That's not true. Just this guy's a mincing, kind of pathetic character. Right, I hate to tell you, it's a mincing kind of like. Again, how are you doing, Dan? Said Dan probably liked it a lot more. Look, again, solid episode, best one has been in 7 years, hands down. Lots of it very good. Varada see-through, excellent, right? Freaking excellent. The weakest link in this were two. Judy Gatwa's performance as a Doctor, he came across as very weak to me. God, look at you, joke play. Peter Capaldi will be so disappointed in you bashing the Doctors. Fuck, darling, I'm a grown-up. I don't care if Peter Capaldi is disappointed in me. For fuck's sake, I own my own house. God's sake. Oh, it's not like I live in my bedroom. Oh, dude, you just got to get over it. Some people aren't going to like it. I think it's basically doomed to failure. But again, this episode wasn't bad. I alluded it to the two Doctors, which was Robert Holmes in a rather shitty era, right? Still Robert Holmes, but still had all the tropes of the era. Veronica Seath was even hotter when she was covered in arm from the neck down. So she was very good. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a really. So what happened with her? I think is they fired Millie and she had already done a thing and they liked her a lot for good reason because she's an excellent, right? And that's how she came on. So let's finish this thing. So yeah, Scooter Gut was crying all the bloody time. Snow isn't snow until it falls, which alludes to the mystery surrounding Rupert's parentage, but it's also completely meaningless. You can't help escape Disney's influence. It's not just with a set and costume look like Star Wars leftovers. I get well. I just think that's what things look like when you make this sort of budget. Oh, that's not really fair. I mean, one of the reasons I love The Fifth Element was it looks so different, right? It just like I hadn't seen anything like that ever before. It was that's exactly why I liked it. The actual story was a bit shit. What am I up to? The cute kid and cheesy ending. But it's far darker than Gatwa's previous episode. His only joke makes it see comes when he's on a landmine. I had to deactivate one of these once at a lesbian gymkhana underwater for a bit. It was just irritating, frankly, right? It was just irritating. Let's see what you say. Jake Plays says, I just feel that the actor should be separate from the character. That's fair. You don't have to like Judy Gatwa's Doctor. I just felt I was really wanted to like it. I just felt it was very weak. But you shouldn't hate Shooter. Why? I've never met him. Dan says he predicted back. Do you want to come out? I'll send you a link. He predicted back in January Seth who would likely appear in another. You called that then, right? You totally called that. And was more surprised than I'd proven right, especially so quickly. Yeah, no, you totally nailed it, right? 100% you nailed it. 1 second. No, if you're free, you're welcome to go on. I'll send you a link. Doink. But yeah, I get best episode in 7 years. I absolutely I can't argue with that. Best episode in 7 years. What else? Yeah. So the two detriments to this were, I would say, Ncuti Gatwa. Certainly the weakest link, and then the hatred of religion and of faith. I'm like, even though he tried to redeem it at the end, he just wasn't able to pull it off. I'm afraid, right? He just wasn't able to pull it off. Let's have a quick look at what headlines are going on. So we'll do a search for Doctor Who. We go here. Doink. Don't really care about the next episode. So, I just don't care. I don't care. So who was this? The surprise guest star calls back to 11th era twist. What was that? Let's see what that is. Who was the surprise guest star they're talking about? Aside from the Daleks, seemingly difficult character named Oswin. Oh, boom. So how's this connect? Oh, so fine. They did the same thing with the 11th Doctor when they introduced Ruby Sunday. Doing chilling trail of 73 yards. I don't think it's going to be chilling, right? Viewers all say the same thing about a tense, emotionally devastating. I don't find it emotionally devastating. Let's see what he has to say. Leave it slow. Does it have a number of stars or anything? No. Oh, this is quick. Fine. We'll whiz through this. Stephen Moffat returns to Doctor Who as alien planets, murderous AI, and shooting out were trapped in a tense race against time. Amazing. Manti was able to write race without talking about racism. After 2 episodes, the Doctor is determined to greet any potential Disney viewers with what could be a fun, camp and ridiculous show. This darker turn from the pen of former showrunner Stephen Moffat. Yes, the conceit that the Doctor could not move for nearly the whole episode. It was like half the episode. It was the whole episode. I forgot. It was most of the episode. And instead had him rely on Ruby Sunday to get him out of a fix, dialed up tension, and gave both actors a chance to deepen the characterization. Fair. Millie Gibson did. Judy Garwood didn't. He said, look, again, I think he's just been promoted over his abilities, frankly. Because he had a hot ass, essentially. Ruby is clearly prepared to take risks, and this Doctor is more vulnerable and emotional. He kept fucking crying for no reason. It wasn't like just tears were coming down his face. Oh, like, what the hell? And emotional in the previous incarnation. You could have meant Peter Capaldi trying sarcasm to get his way out of being stuck on a landmine. Yeah. Or he would have just used a sonic fucking screwdriver. Again, all they really need to do is say, you hear a scream, right? And off he runs. And he screams, Ruby, bring my sonic screwdriver, right? She said, bring what? And she didn't hear him. She comes and follows him. Right, rather than he just screams, stay there. Then he would explain why the sonic screwdriver isn't there, right? And they close and lock the TARDIS, right? And her keys are inside, something like that, right? You could that actually would have added to the bloody episode. It's like to try and find a way out being stuck on a landmine rather than being forced to sing a haunting soldier's lament to calm his nerves. Yeah, exactly. The crowd most of the season raised its head again with Splice, this kid, Carolyn Springfall, Ruby and the Doctor having the status of orphans by the end of it. Oh yeah, fuck it going on. This episode relies on a child actor can stand for the performance. A relative newcomer played well in the ensemble. Fair. I would say she was a tiny bit cringe, but generally speaking, fair, absolutely fair. Bottom line, again, this is Russell D. Davies' highly expensive fan fiction. Just as Hannibal was Brian Fuller's highly expensive fan fiction. Hannibal was much better, however. In terms of that, I don't mind. In terms of Doctor Who, it's pants. Where are we up to? The will they, won't they romance between Monday, Verada Caesar and Canterbury has kept the plot moving along nicely. Yeah, exactly. Moffat's very, very good at that. Right? He's actually very, very good at that. And it's not the first time Moffat has given us an army military clerics. He used them here to allow the Doctor to make a point about blind faith. Yeah, what like Russell has. Russell, I'll remind you, only one of us thinks that women have penises, right? I think that takes blind faith, frankly. Make a point about the blind faith we put in technology. Oh, there you go. That's interesting. And the peculiar moments when we suddenly decide that we need proof rather than belief. The resolution that the father's love for his child will overcome all obstacles, including murderous AI algorithms. I thought it was a very nice resolution, frankly. I felt it was a very Doctor Who resolution, right? I felt it was on brand for this season, even though I don't particularly like the season, but I thought that was okay. was handled more deftly in a similar theme than James Corden in in Closing Time. That's a good comparison. It was notable the Doctor appealed to John, citing his own experience as a dad. That was it. As one father to father, Doctor's this is it keeps mentioning long lost relatives. Yeah, it just doesn't really help, right? Doctor stands still for 40 minutes trying to avoid blowing up a planet. That's fair enough. Life of all the times, Ruby had. Well, here's the weird thing. First two episodes, right? Space Babies and Church on Ruby Road, all around Christmas, right? Then in Devil's Cord, she said she tries to link a phone to her mother or something. I can't remember. But she said, how long have you been in the TARDIS now? She said about. She asked her when it is. It's like June. She thinks, but it's hard to keep track, right? And now this is her first Alien Planet she's seen. So I don't know, right? It sounds like second episode was she's been in the TARDIS a long time. Now she's just arrived, right? So I don't know. Or the times playing tricks on her doesn't really matter. So Ruby has been Earthbound contemporary adventure, an Earthbound historical adventure, and on a trip into the space station. Was the first time we saw her step onto an alien planet where it nearly killed her. Special effects beautiful, realized absolutely beautifully. Telling her that that human lifespans suck, and that 2 minutes is enough to take in a spectacular view. Is truth with only 8 episodes in a season these days. It does feel like we're really hurtling towards the finale already. Well, yeah, they're just spending way too much money. Oh, there's more of it. 1 second. Despite being tense, it was not a Moffat Fright Fest along the lines of Empty Child, Blink, Truth, Silence in the Library. The fear chiefly came out Moffat's extrapolation of current trends and conjure a vision of a future where AI decides where you're economically viable or not. That was all clever. This was clever Moffat commentary, right? Not Russell Davis. And you can mimic, and you can use a mimic for your loved ones after it has killed you. Well, that's nice of it. Mysteries and questions. There are substantial roles for Susan Twist. Yeah, she was in it as the interface. I thought so of the ambulance, which when she appeared in 5 seemingly different characters across the series. Yeah, she's the big bad of the season, obviously. I mean, I hope she's good when she turns up. Or maybe she's not. Maybe they're going to surprise us. Who knows, right? Is this leading somewhere? The production team was just having fun. No, it's always leading somewhere. And sorry, what? Variety season was Monday. Next season, she's next season companion. There's always a twist at the end. There's never a twist at the end. Yeah, look, I think she's going to be playing a different character. They're going to try and weave it into the, texture of what is Doctor Who. Anyway, I think with that, I'm going to wrap up. I'm going to do like a real deep dive tomorrow. Dave Martin says, I did feel the idea of Doctor being a comic being would blow half of the planet away. It's so typical modern Doctor Who. Everything's done to excess. Exactly. Right, exactly. Ethan Dobson was not in Space Babies as far as I remember it. Right, I do not recall. Right, I do not recall. But yeah, exactly. It was really not needing that jeopardy, right? They could be like, my blast rate is going to be like 5 miles. Okay, well that's big, but not everything. Anyway, much deeper dive review tomorrow. Thank you for joining me. I'm back on my channel. Back tomorrow, I guess at 5 p.m. UK time. Have yourself a good evening. I'm going to hit the end broadcast button. I'm going to hit it again and say good.